Hi, welcome. Thank you for being interested in the Oak programme. I thought I'd make a little video so I can tell you a little bit about how I approach it, how it all kind of works. Elsewhere on the website you can see loads of blog posts and there'll be links to my social media. You can see things that I've done there. So you can see what my general approach to healing work is, how I approach the study and the teaching and the ongoing practice. So that will give you a real sense of the type of work that I do generally. But for the healing that comes as part of the Oak programme specifically, it's very unique. It's tailor-made. You know, it's a custom healing proposal that's made just for you and your needs. So I wanted to talk specifically to the type of people that I work with and the way that I approach it, so you can see whether or not this one-to-one sort of healing and mentoring program is for you. So if you scroll down underneath this video, there is a sort of outline of how it works. It's basically a 6-week program. You get 6 one-hour sessions on Zoom. You also get the 2 remote healings. They usually fit in. One of them is a soul retrieval, remote soul retrieval, and one of them is the sort of overall integration healing based on everything that we've done together. So that last one obviously comes at the end once we've done the 6th session. The soul retrieval sort of fits where it fits depending on how we set it all out. It's usually after the 3rd or 4th session. Each session has a theme around it, and I put together sort of a basic follow-up recording. Again, this is unique. It's done for you, that I send out afterwards to kind of help follow on the work. How I sort of format those and how I put it together is entirely dependent on the work that you do and what your healing goal is. So I work with people who are practitioners of healing modalities or teachers of healing modalities. Perhaps they are working in a more traditional healing role, so perhaps psychotherapists, occupational therapists, people in like social care roles, who have a spiritual energy work background that they personally have, and it informs their approach but isn't necessarily what they're doing sort of front facing professionally. I also work with people who are doing a lot of this work personally but perhaps not working in that field. I tend to do this work with creatives who bring a lot of spirituality and visionary aspect to their work, who are interested in this sort of work. People who are running groups, priests and priestesses in pagan traditions, or sort of shamanic group leaders, those kinds of people. Not all of those people will be asking for assistance with the work. Some of them will be asking for assistance for a personal healing issue that they have become stuck in. So that's one of the things that I do. Sometimes people will come in and say, look, you know, this is my experience as a healer. I've learned these different modalities. I've tried these things, but I've hit a point in the journey where something, say, very old has come up, and I just can't see my way past it. The way that I've been trained to work isn't quite dealing with it. I want to go and see someone, but I also want to retain control of my practice, and I want to, you know, move through this and keep those skills so that I know I don't have to fall into this space again. So that's quite a common reason that people will come and book on for the whole big 6-week intensive. Another reason, because as I say, a lot of the people are working with other people, so they're in service to their clients or their communities or their students, and perhaps business isn't feeling like the right fit at the moment, or something has changed for themselves, their outlook. Maybe they're just stepping up into a more senior way of working and want to show that expertise in a way that still feels authentic and important. Doesn't want to, wants to bring in these newer, more experienced clientele, but don't want to let go of what they've built already, those kinds of things. Navigating a change in a spiritual healing business can be quite hard to know how to do. Perhaps people have been working part-time, they want to move it into full-time and want to kind of build the containers and practices around it that mean that will work. There's so many different reasons. What they all have in common is that they have a background in this spiritual energy healing work. So this isn't really suitable for people who've never meditated before or never done any kind of healing stuff before. If you're wanting to start a copywriting business and you don't want to do any meditation or journeying around that, just like, it's nice to see you, but that is not for you. I work for healers to empower them for their own self-healing, to make sure that they're really resourced so they can keep going, avoiding the pitfalls and the things that can be a bit challenging working in this kind of field. And also because as healers, if we are committed to the work, our practice and our offerings evolve, they change. And how do we communicate that? And how do we expand and sit with that gracefully? The healing needs that healers have are very, very unique. It's not the same as working with the public because we're already so involved with that. We have so much skill to offer and insight to offer in the process. Sometimes that's part of the problem, but I like to work with healers so we can navigate that together. It's a very collaborative process. So what I ask when people apply to join the Oak program is to let me know, what is it that you want to do? Is it that you are changing the way that you're running your healing business? Is it that you want to move into working with different clients? Or is it that you are now ready to be more visible as a healer and you want to understand that more and who you are as a healer? That's fundamental to the practice. How you communicate all of this stuff with the outside world in a way that doesn't feel too marketing-y and is in alignment and integrity with the actual spiritual work that you do. Or whether this is a personal healing need that you have, that despite your experience, how you've gone so far with the process that now you've put yourself in uncharted territory for the healing. I love that. That's my specialty as well. Like, please bring me those things. So whether it's you showing up as who you are as a healer, or showing up in whatever your role is in your communities with that spiritual and healing focus, or if you need healing yourself because you've done so much incredible self-work that now you're in a space where you're getting to something really deep that you're not quite sure how to navigate past and through and beyond that. All of those things are of interest to me. All of those things are what we do on the Oak program. So tell me which one of those is your situation. There is a form below that you can fill in where you tell me all the nice things. And then there's also below an example of the healing proposal, right? So if you send me a message and it sounds like something that I can help you with, I will respond to you and book a 20-minute call. We will have a quick chat about, just so that I can get some clarity on what you've said. And then what I do is I put together a personalized healing proposal. So when I say each session has a theme, it is based on, it's entirely for you. I don't have set things that obviously there's things I know work, so we go back to those, but it'll be based around what you're asking for. There's no pre-formatted thing here. So each one will have a theme, so we will grow through that issue and into the solution and into the creativity that fuels your kind of emerging from that situation. We'll work through that together and it grows over the 6 weeks. So I'll send you a personalized healing proposal. There is an example of one of those below this video as well, so you can have a look. And then, if it feels right, then you book on. We put the 6 dates in the diary and we get started as soon as we can. We meet weekly, ideally. It's best to do it that way and keep the momentum going. And with each session, after the first one of the things I do, because I do find this to be spiritual ceremonial work, one of the things I do is I begin building an altar for you, for your healing goal. So I have a small altar space set up for each Oak program student that I'm working with, which is one of the reasons why there's a limited space for Oak program participants at any time. There's only so many visions that I can help to hold effectively, and only so much space for altars in my temple room. I create that altar space, and over the course of the 6 weeks that builds, and you would have your own altar to it. This is really a sacred process, whether we're working on your healing business or whether we're working on your healing needs. We are in ceremony together, and we are both holding this as a sacred process as we go. Once we get started, the altar's building, it builds over each week. Each week you'll get a follow-up recording or write-up, or it depends entirely on what comes up in the session. So you have that to keep going with it. And I'll also give you tasks, because any of my students will tell me I am a hard taskmaster with the work. So you will have tasks to go through. I'll keep you accountable in your growth, in your healing, and in the authenticity of your offering to your community. So that will go on for 6 weeks. It will fly by. You'll get the 2 remote healings as well, one soul retrieval and one integrating healing. I mean, it's a whole lot. It's a massive undertaking for you. So if you are here, thank you, and I'm excited because it means you've got something really big to work on, and I love to be there for the really juicy stuff. Please have a look, see how it all works below, and send me a little contact form. Let me know what you want to do this for, and I'll be in touch as soon as I can to book a 20-minute call, and just to get some clarity, and then I'll send a personalized healing program for you. And hopefully we can get started as soon as possible. I look forward to building your altar. I'll see you soon.